So you're applying for jobs and all you hear is, I know how discouraging and hopeless this can feel, because a few years ago I was literally in your shoes. I had no connections, no job, and no money. And then I learned about this secret strategy that I use in order to get interviews and job offers at top companies. In 2019, I used this exact strategy to land a job at one of the most prestigious consulting firms, and I used this strategy again in 2021 to increase my income by over $30,000. And I'm gonna share this strategy with you right now. Hey, if you're new here, my name is Michael Kim, a personal finance coach, CPA, and digital nomad. And my goal is to help you have control over your money and your life. So the main reason why you're not getting any job interviews or offers is because you're not networking. And here's why. At the end of the day, people just want to work with people that they genuinely like. Like, who would you rather hire? Someone who is super smart but super annoying, or someone who is qualified and you actually get along with? And so what networking allows you to do is to create genuine and meaningful connections with the hiring team. And if done correctly, you will become their #1 choice. And so in 4 simple steps, I'm going to share how you can network to build genuine connections that will guarantee your next job offer. So the first thing that you need to do is to narrow down your focus to only 3 to 4 companies. When you're applying for jobs, you want to be able to stand out from the 1,000 other applicants that are applying for the same job. And so if you just copy and paste your application to like 20 jobs, you won't be able to stand out. Now, networking will help you stand out, but the thing is, it can be a time-consuming process and it requires a lot of effort. In 2021, I was looking for a job and I didn't have a lot of time. While looking for a new job, I was juggling my full-time consulting job and my coaching business. And so I had to be as efficient as possible. And so I narrowed down my focus to only 3 companies that I actually wanted to work at that were hiring for positions that I wanted. And within 2 months, I was able to network and build genuine connections with each of those companies, and I got job offers from all 3 companies. And this is why you want to narrow down your focus. The second step that you need to do is to make connections. But you might be saying, well, I don't have any connections and I don't know anyone that would hire me. Well, I was in the exact same boat as you. Unlike many of my university classmates who came from very wealthy families who had very powerful connections and got jobs immediately, I came from a low to middle class immigrant family and I had no connections. The bright side of this is that I learned how to create my own connections, and this is how I did it. And so let's say you want to apply for a job at Loblaws in the marketing department. What I would do is open up LinkedIn and connect with as many people as possible from the marketing department at Loblaws. A connection on LinkedIn is kind of like a friend request on Facebook or like a follow request on Instagram. If my connection request was accepted, I would then try to reach out and schedule either an in-person coffee chat or a video call with that person. To create any sort of genuine connection, I truly believe that you have to be like face-to-face or at least talk in real time. Back when I used to use dating apps, I would always want to meet up with whoever I was talking to in person or face-to-face, because that way you get to know them so much faster, and then you could weed out all of the people that you don't like. And the reason why you're able to get to know people so much faster face-to-face is because more than 70% of all communication is actually non-verbal. And so to try to schedule an in-person chat or video call, I would say something like this. Hey Bob, my name is Michael and I'm a recent graduate from XYZ University. I recently saw on your profile that you're currently a marketing manager at Loblaws. As someone who is really passionate about pursuing a career in marketing, I would love to chat with you and learn from your experiences. Would you be open to having a quick 30-minute video chat sometime? When you write this message, you want to find some sort of connection between you and that person. Let's say you both went to the same university, you can write that in that message, and that will increase your chances of them actually responding. Okay, and this brings us to our third step, which is to build a genuine relationship. Let's say the person that you're connecting with actually responds and you're able to schedule either an in-person chat or a video chat. You might be wondering, oh my gosh, what do I even say? And if you feel super awkward and weird about talking to a complete stranger, I know exactly how you feel. Back in university, I would go to these fancy networking events where recruiters from like Fortune 500 companies would come specifically to recruit from our school. And I hated these events. There would be like one recruiter and like 10 other students trying to surround and talk to the recruiter so that they could get a job. And I just remember feeling so gross and awkward because this whole situation feels so transactional. It's like, I'm only talking to you so that I could get a job. And because I felt so awkward, I came across as really awkward, and so I got 0 job offers. And that's when I decided to change my approach when it came to networking. Instead of networking for the sole purpose of trying to get my next job, I decided to see networking as a way in order to make a new friend and learn new things. When you're networking someone, you are meeting another human being who is probably more experienced than you, and they have so much knowledge and wisdom to share with you. And as an INFJ, I hate superficial interactions, but I love deep connections. And so when I made this mindset shift, I was able to just be myself and talk with another human being and have a really great time. For these conversations, I would have some questions prepared like, why did you decide to work at this company? What do you like most about working at this company? What advice would you have for someone in my current shoes? And lastly, it's also important to talk about things outside of work. Remember, people want to just work with people that they genuinely like. And if you're grabbing coffee with your colleague, you want to be able to talk about things outside of work as well. And the fourth and final step is to close the deal. So you just finished having a 30-minute conversation with your new friend. And now you want to thank them for their time and then ask this one question. Thank you so much for your time. By the way, Bob, I'm currently applying for XYZ position at your company. Would you happen to know anyone that I could talk to learn more about the position? This is the money maker question. Because here's the thing, there's a low chance that the person that you're networking with is directly hiring for the position that you want to apply for. But there's a high chance that the person that you're networking with knows someone who might be hiring for that position. In the worst case, they might say, I'm not really sure, but let me get back to you and I'll let you know. And in that case, you can thank them for their time. In the best case scenario, they'll say, oh yeah, the person that's hiring for this position is actually Bob number 2. And here's Bob number 2's email, and I'd be happy to connect you two together. And bam. Once you have scheduled a call with Bob number 2, you have just created your first round interview. Another great scenario is this. They might say, I don't really know much about the position, but what I can do is if you give me your resume, I can submit it internally and give you an internal referral. This is so powerful. These days, a lot of companies have an internal referral program where if you're currently working at a company and there's an open job position, if you know someone who is a good fit for that role and they get the job, you get a referral bonus of $1,000, $2,000, or even $5,000. And the reason why companies do this is because they want to hire like-minded people and people that they actually trust. And so if someone is willing to vouch for you and put their name behind you, then the recruiting team is at least going to check you out and give you a first round interview. But remember, it's crucial that you have a genuine relationship with the person that you're networking with, otherwise they're not going to connect you with anyone that they know or give you an internal referral. When I was applying for a job, the person that I was networking with referred me directly to the hiring manager for the position that I wanted. And after creating a genuine connection with the hiring manager, within the month, I was given the job offer and hired. And this is how you can create your own opportunities and land your next job offer. Using this exact strategy, I helped one of my clients double her income to a 6-figure salary, and I've helped so many others get full-time jobs and increase their income. But keep in mind, networking is a skill, and the first time that you do it, it might feel weird and awkward. But if you keep practicing and you keep doing it, it will get easier and you'll be more successful. If you found this valuable, then make sure to like and subscribe so you're notified when I release a new YouTube video next week. Also, if you have any questions like what should I do in this specific situation, then feel free to let me know in the comments or shoot me a DM on my Instagram at Michael Lee Kim.